exercise we're going to be doing is the downward facing dog or the plank position. Again, as we're doing this, we're going to try to keep our heels pressed to the ground. Try to keep your knees straight if you can. If you cannot, you can definitely bend them. And you want to try to drop your head as close between your biceps as you possibly can. We're going to hold this for 15 more seconds. The next exercise is going to be the pigeon stretch. We're going to do 15 seconds on each. You're going to have your knee in front of you, and you're going to be up on top of that with your back leg straight. We're going to hold each one for 15 seconds. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. If you're not very flexible in this position, you can have your arms up. If you need a little bit more of a stretch, you can go on your elbows. If you are really flexible, you can drop down with your forehead on top of your hands. All right, switch legs. The next exercise is going to be the capsule stretch that we did last week. Again, we want our arm completely underneath us, and we're going to have our other arm above our head. We're going to start in 5 seconds. So I'm going to start with my left arm. You can roll more on top of your elbow. It will get more of a stretch in your shoulder. Okay, now we're going to go to the other arm. You can shake it out if you felt like that was a little bit intense for you. We're going to start in 5 seconds. Right arm now. Ready, go. Our next exercise is going to be our deep squat. We have done this with both of our mobility days. And again, we're going to drop down as low as we can. Try to keep those toes straight. You can push your elbows to push your knees out. Again, I stay in the prayer position here so I can keep my knees pressed away. We want to try to keep a neutral spine during this, so we don't want to hunch back. Okay, we want to try to drop as low as possible, keeping our shoulders tall. Our last exercise we're going to do is simulates the one where we had the stick in our hand and we went upside down, but we're going to call this one the handcuff stretch. Place your fingers behind your back. You're going to lean over and again have it stretch, starting now. Try to let your head hang down, relax. Again, if you need to bend your knees a little bit, if it's too intense on your hamstrings, that's fine. Really working on that shoulder mobility. All right, the next section is going to come our core. So we're going to be doing some different exercises with our core and do each one for 45 seconds with a 15-second rest in between. Watch and pay attention during the break while I explain the next exercise. Our first one is in a low plank position from toes to elbows. Ready, go. And what we're going to add is a reach. Reach out your right arm, then reach out your left. If you need an option for success, you can make your feet wider than your hips. It'll just help stabilize your hips even more. If you need an option to make it more challenging, bring your feet in close together And again, try to keep those hips as level as possible. 20 more seconds. And done. Our next exercise are going to be penguins. So you're going to be in a sit-up position with your feet flat on the ground. And you're going to have your shoulders crunched up off the ground. You're going to reach and touch your heels as close as possible. Ready? Go. This one you should feel it in your obliques. If you don't, you can move your heels farther away and reach further. Seconds. Our next exercise are going to be full sit-ups. We want to try to be able to do a sit-up without having your feet pinned underneath anything. So your job is going to be start on your back, your fingertips are touching your ears. You're going to sit all the way up and lower yourself all the way back down. Take your time to try to keep your heels in contact with the ground the entire time. An option for success would be to straighten out your legs and then let your heels lift up a little bit more. Fifteen more seconds. Don't hit your head on anything behind you like I just did. The next one we're going to do is a side plank, and we're going to what we call thread the needle. So there's two options here. We can either have our feet stacked, or you can have your front foot, your top leg planted in front. So we're going to have our arm up and then reach underneath. Arm up, reach underneath. Again, if that foot plant in front is too simple for you, you can stack your feet and continue to thread the needle that way. Ten more seconds. Flip to your other side. Again, same thing with the two options. Whatever you did on your right side, do on your left side. And we can stack our feet or plant that top leg in front. Go. Okay, time's up. We got one more. I don't know how these fitness instructors do this. It's called a bird dog. So we're gonna be on all fours. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna reach out our right arm and our left leg at the same time. Set it back down. Left arm and right leg. Set it back down. We want this to be as in sync as possible. As I lift my leg up, I wanna make sure I'm getting a good squeeze in that glute and a good reach with my arm. This is not a fast exercise. This is slow and controlled. Get a good squeeze at the top. Reach that heel back and those fingers forward. All done. All right, go do the exit ticket that's in Schoology and get that turned in for your points for the day. See ya.